fill my water and stuff anyhow, so it's okay. Yeah, I hear Washington and I think like Pacific Northwest. I think of like beautiful like evergreen trees and stuff. But yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of an ad break. So I do ad breaks here once an hour, but I do them for 3 minutes just so people have a chance to really like stretch their legs, get some water. I usually get extra. I'm gonna probably go grab a beer, but yeah, if you need to, this is a good time too. If you need to like wind down, settle in, go for it. But I'll put words on stream up so you can play along if you feel like it in the meantime. I don't know if we got to a certain level or if we're just winging it from the beginning, but we'll find out soon. Oh, the classic westerns, that level of like the scruffy desert. All right, interesting. See, I don't even know my own country that well. I always tell people I'm not a very good representative of American for multiple reasons. But I haven't traveled much about the US. Instead I just get ricocheted across the world. You'll play words on stream, but you want to know that you won't enjoy it. You want me to know you won't enjoy it. Great. Have fun. So if you're here for a feet stream, you'll be disappointed. I'm gonna be the very best. My mom, she told me not to eat the Pokemon. I said, that seems like a good idea. We gotta put it in the theme song because people have been confused about that lately. This is what you wanted, chat, right? This is what you wanted. Our engine runs on mistakes here. Uh-oh. No! I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to actually hurt somebody. Where's she going now? You know? Oh, you moonwalk. You're fast and slippery. I shouldn't say things like that. No, chat, don't, chat. Chat, we talked about this. You're not supposed to give me away so fast. Like, you gotta, like, lead in with, like, oh, she's a great person. Like, she, like, gives to charity and occasionally commits crimes. Like, you gotta, like, soften the blow. My bloodlust cannot be satisfied. What? You know what? I'm on a murder spree. Come on. Kill that man. Step on his head so it looks like an accident. Look, it's better go to jail than to die at my hands, I would think, right? I was trying to be all cozy and like comfy for this stream today, but yet I default back to my old ways. Fuck the Aristocats. He broke his legs. I broke his legs. But truly, honestly, don't eat the Pokemon. I'm gonna be the very best. Like no one ever was. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. I'm a cool kid. Right? I mean, look at me. Do I look like a cowboy person? Pew pew, shoot my guns. Howdy. Howdy, partner. Chat, tell me I'm cool. I'm bald. My dad's a scientist. He kills people. Alpaca chainsaw. I'll skin your ass raw. And if my day keeps going this way, I just might break your fucking face tonight. I don't think this is good, is it? For the sake of this drawing, I need to know your credit card numbers and the that little 3-digit code. And the expiration date too. Just for the purposes of this drawing though. It's important. You hear how sticky it is? I'm so excited for race. Say you love me or I'll kill you. It got a little weird. I need to speak with your manager. These are not the droids you're looking for. I gotta give him a little razzle dazzle. That's what I give. Let me prepare myself mentally and emotionally and physically. Oh, Dark Souls time, how I hate this game. Oh, you came out of nowhere, I didn't expect to see you here, sir. Oh, Dark Souls time, it's the time of year we hate. I'm rolling around on the ground sometimes because that's the only thing I know how to do. It's a terrible time. This man has got some shields. He's got another friend, and everything is great. My girl wants to Bury bodies all the time, bodies all the time, bury all the bodies all the time, all the time. It doesn't fit quite as well. Bananas and pajamas, they slowly poison you. Now don't go wasting my precious time. Uh-oh. Do you ever just feel like sometimes you just need like a really good think and you just feel like climbing down in like an old abandoned well somewhere where like no one knows you're there and just sitting in like the darkness for like day and night with not really much food and like a very small supply of water just so you can like, you know, really think about things.
In an old abandoned well.
Yeah, you know. It was sincere. It was. I am gonna legitimately miss Clarence after I stab him and let all the air empty out of him and commend his soul into whatever balloon hell exists. Because you know Clarence isn't getting into balloon heaven. Not with the life he's led. No. It's straight to balloon hell for Clarence. Forget this haiku. It's not about that one time, with all of the blood dripping from my hands, feeling their body grow cold. It's not about that. Hope it was fun with the haikus. Chef Kitty, it's a delight to see you, as always. I'm sorry about the dentist. I hope it goes well for you. Hisashiburi ne. Good to see you though. Good job everyone with the words on stream. Really rocking the socks off that game. I know Jimmy didn't enjoy it, but I just made it all the sweeter for me. Anyway, let's continue to look at this body. We're investigating a murder for anyone who's just joined us. We're investigating a murder. We're not a very good detective. But anyway, we're talking about curdled meat at its gentlest.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters.
And Kim is the best. Lieutenant Kim's the best. I totally didn't. But actually, we don't know if we were involved in this somehow or not. But we're pretending we're not involved in this murder this time. You bit a small piece of tooth? Oh no. Like you like broke off, like did you chip one? Oh, yeah, Lieutenant Duck. No, don't. When you were a young adult, your first finals, you had a massive infection? Wow. Oh, so now you're like, you don't, you're not afraid of dentist visits because you're like, it can only go up from here. Wow. I went to the dentist here for the first time in like pre-COVID was the last time I went to. So at least 4 or 5 years. It wasn't bad, but I just kind of like, it is interesting how I feel like you just feel so vulnerable. And it's like I almost become like a little child. Like I caught myself swinging my feet on the chair because I'm also like very tall. So my legs kind of like hung off the end. But I was like little kicking my feet and I was like, this is a very like childish. I was like, what am I doing? But also this place, it was a little weird at first, but I kind of like it is that they like lay a towel over your face up to here. So you're just like staring into a towel essentially, but it's kind of nice because then the light's not like blinding you, but it does make you feel extra vulnerable. At least in my opinion. You're bored and you can't talk. That's fair too. So I don't spell hemorrhaging that way. That's the British way to spell hemorrhaging. I spell it H-E-M, but... And I would have trouble. I would have to sit and think about it. Because it always looks weird to me. Whoops. I was typing in the wrong screen. You played board games from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m.? And then on Sunday you played from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.? Legends. Good lord. I mean, you're having fun, but that's a long day of games. You're very scared, even though they normally do nothing. I get nervous too. I always worry they're gonna give me some like really bad news or like something, or like judge me on my teeth. That's because I don't have great teeth. So, at least I think I don't. I don't know. I had very very bad teeth as a kid, so I actually had lots of like surgeries and things. I had to wear braces for many years. But the surgeries were like the worst part, having to do all these like surgeries when I was maybe like 10. Like I had multiple, but since then I've always just been kind of like, all right, what's gonna go wrong now? Because it always felt like, and it was probably the fault of my dentist and orthodontist back then, but they were never very honest with me, or they just were really bad at their job, because they would always give some sort of like outlook that was like, okay, we're gonna only have to do one surgery, and then it was like, oops, we have to do another surgery, oops, we have to do another surgery, or oh, you're only gonna have to wear braces for a year. I wore them for 4.5 years. So it was always like nothing they said ended up being like accurate. So I think I also kind of got conditioned to always kind of expect a letdown from dentists and oral surgeons and things. But man, I hope it gets better for you though. I hope they're able to fix it, Chef Kitty, and I hope it's nothing. I hope they just are like, oh, you know, let's like put a little cement on it, it'll be fine. I don't know how it works, but it's the proper spelling.
Chest is intact.
Nice.
Normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant. Pelvis intact. Genitalia.
Protuberant. He pulls down the man's underpants. The kids are gonna go wild here.
No, let's get out and see.
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Write it down and move on.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip.
Okay, so he did fight back. On the right side. Okay. You called it? What did you call? That I wouldn't want to look at his genitalia? You chipped a front tooth and a dentist filled it in. Yeah, I was gonna say, don't they just like, yeah, like, or put like a cap on or something? Oh, that the kids, yeah. I mean. Yeah. I'm always still shocked because like I have it's probably, you can probably age people based on like their dental work and stuff. I mean, I think they do, but I have the fillings, not because I had cavities, but they just used to like, I think they still do it where they just like fill in your molars so that you don't get too many cavities or whatever. I don't know, like they put like the caps on, and some of mine are like the teeth colored, like the white, but I have a couple that are metal colored, and I don't see that much anymore. Like I think that was like an older material, probably a cheaper material. I mean, I was poor growing up, but like that's something where I kind of like remember, I'm like, oh, I haven't seen anyone with like these sorts of like fillings anymore. But yeah, takes like 10 minutes. Well, that's not too bad. Yeah, so maybe it'll be fine, CK. I mean, it's gonna be fine, but we'll all be here for you if you need support, moral or otherwise.
Bullets have bitten little pieces out of him.
Oh jeez.
It must have been excruciating, especially the hip. Before you is a temple of pain that knew little tenderness in life.
Oh, they mean combat injuries, meaning he got shot. I was thinking they were like fight back injuries. My bad. So they shot at him, but not to kill. They just like nipped away at him.
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his
Well,
skin.
he was like a hired mercenary, so I suppose he might have, I think is what they've said, so I guess he would get hurt now and then.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
So he was like a military person. 30% of skin. Okay, that's a fair amount.
Last item, hands.
He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. Let the lieutenant work alone. I don't have gloves on, so I don't want to touch the body, because that's contamination.
Hands are clean. No sign of a recent struggle.
Okay, that was what I was wondering. Because that's like, did he fight back against these guys, or did he just, was he like incapacitated? Yeah, were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
Because I would think unless he was incapacitated somehow, he would fight back. This is a military man. This is a man who's used to, like, fighting. Even if the odds were against him, I feel like he would try to fight in some way. So that's why I think something like he was maybe drugged or something. Or knocked out immediately and then they beat him up. I don't know. Yeah, it'll be fine, CK. Thanks, Mac, for talking CK through it, too. It's always good to talk to people who've had experience. I feel like that's usually also helpful most of the time.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
He turns to the side to breathe. It's not enough. He buries his face in the sleeve of his jacket. You hear a muffled voice. Well, we can't do internal examination. I think that's going to be for... Well, I guess I have to do it because it's number 2. But I think it's going to get passed on to the forensics team and the autopsy teams.
Central nervous system.
Oh, okay.
I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
If I may add the moral of this story, I don't know what I'm even saying. But sure, let's try it. Let's just see what happens.
What would that be?
He looks at you inquisitively. Uh-oh.
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
The brain is very vulnerable to compromises in the blood supply. Well, that's true.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
Lieutenant grins. Yeah, I was going to say, it's nothing like, that's not like astounding information. I'll write NA.
Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
I would assume maybe broken.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it. Gently, a rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
My apologies to anyone who might be trying to like enjoy a delightful snack right now or something. Yeah, I like Sassy Kim too.
You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
Okay.
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable.
Okay, write it down.
Respiratory system.
Back hunched, as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Look inside the dead man's mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Well, that would be a problem.
No, you don't. You can keep it in.
Thank you.
You can keep anything in.
Yes. I think I leveled up my pain threshold, I think, and that was probably a good idea. I don't know if I want to look deeper inside, though. I barely passed that one. Ooh. What is my pain threshold? Oh, it's 4. I didn't level it up, but interesting. 2? You want 2? You want me to look deeper inside? We gotta go deeper. Okay, let's go deeper.
You manage to suppress the contractions trying to enter your stomach.
I'm not proud of this.
All it takes is concentration. Through it, you see nothing but darkness. More meat and darkness.
I don't really know what it's going to provide to us either, but...
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
The lieutenant repeats impatiently. He lets go of the jaws. The mouth snaps shut before you. Write it down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Hepatobiliary. You forgot how much you love Yakuza series? Yeah, I miss Yakuza playing. I miss a lot of game playing right now. Like, as much as I love Disco Elysium at the moment, I really have been hankering to play some other stuff. I'll get around to them for sure. But yeah, I'm like very eager to. Fuck, I forgot to buy a plane ticket today. God damn it. I gotta buy this plane ticket or else I'm gonna be in trouble. Damn it. Okay, I'll do it later. I don't know why I just thought of that. Anyway. Why? Don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust. I don't think so.
Neither am I.
Right, NA.
Same for toxicology and serology. NA.
I'm almost tempted to push him and be like, both, but right, NA.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
I feel like we maybe would have had a comment about the toxicology, is like my thought on that. As I was like, I could have maybe pushed the toxicology, but deja vu. Okay, write it down.
Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around, to the ground, the pool of feces there.
This will do.
Will it?
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
He touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen, briefly. Write it down, keep the voila.
What's next on the list?
It was not, in fact, deja vu. Description of injuries. Summary.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Okay. How about those bite marks?
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries.
Birds.
Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted.
How do you know?
And your opinion, officer?
Beneath the description, there are 2 boxes waiting to be ticked. Opinion, fatal injury, or non-fatal postmortem. Non-fatal postmortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Hello, Randy. I got an echo sound for you. Howdy, howdy. How are you doing? There we go. Echo sound right there. Hydrate for you as well. Although Jameed hates it when Neko-san takes control. Or Jameed hates it when you can only see my eyes, I think is what I remember. But maybe Neko-san wants to play. I don't know. Next injury, contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
Oh, Kuno. Yeah. No inflammatory response means post-mortem. I take it.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Maximum velocity, fucko. Yep.
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Write it down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Sabo loves Neko-san. Yeah, Demi does hate so many things. I guess I think, and is a liar. Constant lying for Demi. Yeah. I believe you said it was like creepy one time. You didn't like it. It made you uncomfortable. But that's fine. Non-fatal post-mortem, but high velocity.
Right. Next.
Ligature mark. Actually, what's the 4th one for? Because I feel like this is going to end everything. So what's the 4th injury field for?
Nothing. Just in case.
Fair enough. I think that's just to repeat stuff. And we've done every option, so... ligature mark.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Yeah. I feel like he was drugged or something. Max reasoning it out. Yeah, argue with that, Demeet.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side, the ring around his neck. is visible.
This light that's like dancing around. I think it's supposed to be like fog, but it's just a little weird. Not gonna lie. That's the fatal injury, I think.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start.
It's a start.
Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
He produces a small black plastic roll from his jacket. A body bag. Nice. Whoops, go nasai. We have a lot of levels we can move up, but I am just chilling for now. There's a little confusing. You're part of a raid and you go to expire stuff out for work. You come back and you're here. Hello, Jogger. Good to have you. Sorry for the confusion. It was probably Eldest from FimFam. They were very, very kind and brought their group here. Including myself. I always enjoy it when I type in my own chat and then it's like, oh, welcome this raider from the FimFam. And I was like, that's me. This is my stream, but like, I get it. How did it go?
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy.
You were rated there from actor Pat. Oh, so you had like two stops along. Nice. Just playing some Mario Kart? Nice. That's a nice chill way to spend your evening. Wait, you're playing Mario Kart at work? Randy, that's awesome. I need that job. Although I'm shit at Mario Kart. You love Neko-san guest appearances? That's why you always redeem it. I was gonna say, if I ever have a stream where I'm like, you know what, I don't feel like showing myself today, I will just probably put the camera, prop it up in front of Neko-san. Yeah. Wait, yeah, Obake Neko-san occasionally makes an appearance. It is December now. But again, Obake Neko-san occasionally made appearances, but again, it was Demit who expressed like not being pleased about that because Neko-san was expected and Obake Neko-san appeared and when there was dark magic. Yeah. What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
I agree.
Oh yeah. Well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
No.
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
Rip out the copy of the autopsy pages.
For processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the red slip of paper in his hands, then at the corpse again.
You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse.
Hard to please, yeah.